I'm the Sports Wiz 101, and today I'll be giving you my predictions for Week 18 of the NFL season. So I'll be predicting all these games set to take place in Week 18. We went 12-3 this past week. We'll be looking to keep things going. And unlike most weeks, we'll basically be looking at these race by race. So, in other words, I'll be looking at these first, looking at the games for home field, then each game pertaining to the wild card race, and so on and so forth, until we get through each conference. Like usual, though, we will start with the AFC. Home field, a bit muddied by the uncertain result of the Bills-Bengals game. All I know is that my Chiefs, they can move one step closer to obtaining home field with a win over the Raiders. I think they do. They will keep a streak alive, that streak being the fact that Patrick Mahomes has never lost a road game to a divisional rival. Raiders, of course, are a divisional rival for the Chiefs. I think Kansas City goes to Vegas against backup quarterback Jarrett Stidham, and the Chiefs move one step closer to earning home field in the AFC. Looking at the other teams, Bengals, they host the Ravens. In this one, Ravens, not sure when Lamar Jackson's coming back. If they're going to win the AFC North, they might need him to come back this week, and then they'll have to hope that Bills-Bengals does get rescheduled. But here, I think the Bengals in any talk of the North right here, I think Cincinnati gets the win and locks in their AFC North crown. Then looking at the other team in the race for home field, the Buffalo Bills. They host the New England Patriots. It's a Patriots team that is in the race for a wild card. In fact, if the Patriots beat the Bills, then the Patriots are the 7th seed. Now in this one, I could very well see one or two Bills teams coming out to play. Option one is a Bills team that's not ready to play, a team that's kind of traumatized by the Damar Hamlin incident, and New England's able to take full advantage of them. Option two is a Buffalo team that's very ready to play, a team that's extremely motivated to play for Damar Hamlin. And I expect more of the latter, which means I think Buffalo wins. They keep pace with Kansas City for home field, and if these results happen, then the NFL might feel kind of compelled to have the Bills-Bengals game be replayed next week. That's up for speculation, though, but for right now, I think the three teams still with a chance at home field all win this week. Looking more towards the 7th seed in the AFC, like I said, the Patriots, they had control of the 7th seed. I think they lose to the Bills. Control then goes over to the Dolphins. So if the Dolphins are able to win at home against the Jets, then Miami is your 7th seed. Of course, assuming New England loses their game to Buffalo. Now, for Miami, they are having issues with their quarterbacks, specifically with their injuries. They are already without Tua Tagovailoa after he got put in concussion protocol again. Last week they lost his backup Teddy Bridgewater, so now they're on their third string quarterback in Skylar Thompson. I think if they have to put Skylar Thompson out there on the field to play for them, I don't think they beat the Jets. Give me New York to keep Miami out of that 7 seed. Control then jumps over to Pittsburgh. The Steelers, they host the Browns in this one. And now, if New England and Miami lose like I'm predicting, Pittsburgh has a shot at getting that 7th seed so long as they can beat the Cleveland Browns at home. Now, I feel like this is going to be a close game, and Pittsburgh's kind of excelled in those circumstances, making the plays they need to late. I think that happens again. Allows them to beat Cleveland, and they lock up not just another winning season for Mike Tomlin, but also they lock up a playoff spot. The 7 seed, they'll travel to whoever winds up being the 2 seed. So looking elsewhere, the Chargers, they visit the Broncos this week. Now, the Chargers, if I'm correct, the Chargers will have the 5th seed locked up. And they'll be headed to Denver here. I think the Chargers might have their starters play the first drive of the game or so, and then pull them after that, which I don't think is going to work too well for the Chargers' chance of getting a win, especially seeing as they're in Denver, one of the better home field advantages in the league. Give me the Broncos to win this game. And if I'm right about this, well, it's my upset of the week. That means both the 5 seed and the 6 seed, the Chargers and the Ravens, going to their wild card matchups coming off of a loss. Moving on, one more game in the AFC, which has playoff implications. That's the Titans and the Jaguars, set to take place Saturday night. One of these teams is hot. One of these teams is not. I'm taking the team that's hot. And that team is the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm taking Jacksonville to win the AFC South, earn the 4 seed, which would mean a home game against Justin Herbert and the Chargers. One more game in the AFC, it's the Texans and the Colts. I've just been too disappointed in Indianapolis, too impressed with Houston. I like the Texans to win the game over the Colts. Meanwhile, looking at the NFC first, home field advantage. Let's start with the San Francisco 49ers. They have a chance at home field. They're not the team that controls home field, but they do have an opportunity so long as they can win, and then the Eagles lose their game to the Giants. And for the 49ers, I'm going to consider them the lock of the week over a struggling Cardinals team. Lock it in. 49ers beat up on the Arizona Cardinals. We also have the Dallas Cowboys. They travel to our nation's capital, to Washington, D.C., to play a Commanders team that just last week got eliminated from the playoffs, despite whatever Ron Rivera was thinking. But nonetheless, Cowboys, Commanders, give me Dallas. They're still going to be playing for an NFC East championship. They still have home field as a possibility. Granted, they would need to win and then have the Eagles and the 49ers lose their games. But here against a Commanders team kind of playing their third string quarterback, I don't expect the Cowboys to lose. Give me Dallas in that one. Then, of course, you have the Philadelphia Eagles. If they win, they have home field advantage. And all they have to do is beat a Giants team locked into the 6th seed. I feel like the Giants might take this as a bye week. So give me the Eagles to win this one. Lock up home field. 49ers now locked into the 2. Cowboys locked into the 5. Elsewhere, the Minnesota Vikings, they visit the Bears. I think they beat Chicago fairly convincingly to go into the playoffs as that 3rd seed. So how about some of the meaningless games? Panthers, Saints. Carolina been playing pretty well as of late, but so have the Saints. I feel like the Saints defense shuts down Carolina, and the Saints come out of that with a win. Buccaneers, Falcons. Give me Atlanta to get a win over a Buccaneers team that can kind of take it easy this week, treat it as a bye week before they go into their wild card matchup with, I believe it will be the Dallas Cowboys. Now we have 2 games left. These will decide the 7th seed in the NFC. Rams, Seahawks, and then Lions, Packers. Seahawks host the Rams. You win it, and then you hope that the Lions can beat the Packers in Sunday Night Football. Here, I like Seattle, especially with their home field advantage, to win a game over a struggling Rams team. A Rams team that will finish the year with the most losses by a defending Super Bowl champion. Give me the Seahawks to stay in the wild card race. And then it all comes down to Sunday Night Football. Lions, Packers, 7th seed on the line. Packers get with a win. If the Lions win, it's going to go over to the Seahawks. And sure, the Lions will go into this knowing that any chance they had of making the playoffs is gone. But that doesn't mean they're not going to play as hard as they possibly can. They're still going to feel motivated to try and end the Packers season. They're going to feel motivated to try and be the reason why Green Bay misses the playoffs. But the Packers are just playing too good right now, man. Give me Green Bay to win at home and be the 7th seed in the NFC. So, NFC playoff picture would look something like this. You'd have Eagles get home field. Packers would travel. They'd visit the 49ers. Giants would visit the Vikings. And then the 5-4 matchup is Cowboys at Buccaneers. But there you go. There are my predictions for week number 18 of the NFL season. If you like this, please like and subscribe for more to come. Pretty much just next week. Maybe the week after that if the league decides they want to reschedule Bills Bengals. Definitely at least next week though. But until then, I've been the Sports Wiz 101. I'll see you all later. Get well soon, everyone.